episode of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ellie, Chris and Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And on today's show, I have a gaming yarn that's coming up shortly.
I love how this is something tease-worthy. By the way,
really
guys,
is.
I'm on a gaming podcast and I have something to contribute.
Not
It's
even
really
lying.
exciting.
Before coming here, I was in at work at the radio station. My producer, Pugs, who listens to this podcast, he goes, "What's up with Ellie never playing any games?"
Did he?
And I was like, wow, guess what? She played a game.
Yeah, you wouldn't bloody believe it. Spoiler alert.
Did it hurt when he fell off his chair?
Oh, he was standing. He did faint.
Sorry, Pugs. Jeepers.
So that's exciting.
So that is very exciting stuff. You guys have a bit of an online gaming dilemma you want to chat about?
We do. We need to clear the air around this. Guy, I put this in without actually talking to you about it.
Yeah, I saw it in the shoot and I was like, we do?
The online gaming dilemma around how hard it is for our little Helldiver squad to get on at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Relatable.
So we'll tackle that. And I think it is relatable when you're trying to get four people
It is.
Very relatable.
to actually sync up together.
Yep.
And also, I have a topic for later on in the potty. Thought of this last night. Basically, you're having a dinner party. You're inviting 3 gaming characters over to the dinner party. They each have to bring a plate. Mm-hmm. I might also add in what would you make? So we can just think about that.
okay.
So you've
Thinking
got
on the fly,
to make
okay.
something for your gaming characters who are coming over for tea, but they are each bringing a meal and a beverage pairing.
Yeah, okay.
What do you
Lovely.
think they'd bring, and who would
Lovely.
you invite?
Creative. I love it. All right. Well, should we jump into some listener feedback first of all, guys?
Let's do some listener feedback. You can join us on our Facebook group, Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers, or hit us up on Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast. Zach Fairman jumps in on the Facebook group and says, "What games have you guys played because of the podcast? After about 3 weeks of ignoring my coworkers with headphones in, I finished all the episodes."
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you for that, Zach.
Nice.
Got me thinking, what games have you picked up because of listening? Daniel Simon, straight away, you mean either Red Dead 2, The Witcher 3, Detroit Become Human, or Stardew Valley? Which instantly made me realise we need to start playing more games.
We do.
Or in Ellie's case,
Turn
we
on
need
a
to start
PlayStation.
playing games.
Yeah.
Emma picks up The Plucky Squire. She had on Switch. Unfortunately, she couldn't finish it though, as it bugged out towards the end, which is unfortunate because I last week finished The Plucky Squire and it's a cool little ending. Jesse says that they downloaded It Takes Two a couple of weeks ago.
I feel like that would be one of the top ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For couples
surely.
listening, you know.
Yeah, It Takes Two features a few times. Miriam downloaded Helldivers 2, Shelby with Fae Farm, Jory with The Witcher 3, and a few people have hit up Bacon, and a few people have hit up Stardew Valley.
Thank you. There's my contributions right there.
Bacon and Stardew Valley.
Bacon was on the first ever episode of this podcast.
Yeah, that cut through is strong. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone has really enjoyed that game.
And we didn't.
You're welcome.
We barely talked about it since. The only time we talk about it is when we reference how we used to talk about it.
That's right. Well, I suppose it was just the good old days where Ellie used to play games.
It was,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, reminiscent.
Mike Kirby has thrown a picture in the group with, this is awesome. He downloaded Helldivers 2 by the looks of it 3 times because it looks like a LAN party in his room, and he's managed to push together all of these chests that obviously belong, the toy chests for his children, because I can see their names on them with toys everywhere. So 3 different PlayStation 5s playing Helldivers 2 in the same room. So they're all going to be dropping in together on separate consoles, separate TVs.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So-
we're all in the same room.
How hard would that be to organise? Like, I invite, like, say, Guy and Ellie, I invite you guys round. You bring your PlayStation 5s.
Yeah.
You'd have to bring a TV as well. I've only got one TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us to have a LAN in the same room, which would be fun.
Looks like a couple of them are computer monitors.
so
So-
that's where you could get away
yeah.
with it.
But we did it at Ellie's house.
Oh, yeah, we did, eh?
Yeah, we
we
played.
did in different rooms, remember?
Yeah.
and
was
I
the
wasn't.
same
Was
house.
I? No, I was at my house.
Oh yeah, you were. You were. I was.
that's
I was at your
right.
house.
Yeah,
But
yeah. For some reason, I thought you were in my room, but no, that would be weird.
You were up in your room.
I was up in. Ellie's
you were
room.
up in my
you were
room.
down in the
Why
lounge.
Why were you up in her room? Why wasn't she
guy-
up
No,
in the
I was
room?
in the spare
wasn't
bed.
part of it.
I was in the spare bedroom in the closet,
Yeah.
setting up the cameras. So well done to Mike. Hopefully you're enjoying Helldivers 2. And also, somebody says, Tyler, what's everyone's comfort game? A game that you'll always come back to and enjoy no matter how many times you beat it or what your mood is. So I've got like comfort TV shows. I just this morning finished watching Modern Family for like the 20th time.
Oh, I'm watching it for the first time.
Modern
at the
Family is
moment.
fantastic.
I love it.
Criminally underrated.
It really is.
So now, and this as is tradition, I'll finish a TV show that I've watched a bunch of times and then I'll watch another one. So I'm thinking Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
banger.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a long time. I've
Haven't
been
watched it
watching
in
the bloopers a lot lately on
Oh, fun.
YouTube.
Very funny.
Yeah.
They sound fun.
They're real fun. Yeah.
So, a bunch of people joining in on Tyler's conversation. Stardew Valley is a classic one for me. Rangi says Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. Paul Askew, Rocket League, Age of Empires 2 features on there. That's from Jory again. So, Jory and you, Chris, seem to have the same taste.
Me and Jory, we have a lot of similarities. It wouldn't surprise me if he was sort of pulling apart Game Boys and rebuilding them as well.
True.
He sounds like he also has a massive downstairs too. So we're just really aligning on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's got a basement and...
No, he doesn't. He's got a rippling 8-pack though, by the sound of it.
Manuel is The Legend of Zelda Rimworld from Cameron Murdoch.
Rimworld.
Never heard of it.
What's
Says,
that?
I've never beaten it and I probably never will.
Have
but
you
I
ever
can
beaten
always just
Rimworld?
start up a new game.
Rimworld.
Rimworld.
I don't even want to look it up.
Yeah, that's dodgy Google, eh?
It sounds fun though, man.
Yeah, search it on Reddit. I'm sure that'll be safe.
My comfort game is definitely The Witcher 3. Like everyone
Yeah,
knew
totally.
that. Long-time listeners would know that. And it's purely because I know all the characters, I know all the storylines, and it's just nice to dip your toes back in again. Like you with Modern Family, there's something really nice about just being like, It's like, is it like having a bath or something? Like, no. Like you've done it a million times.
It's
Yeah,
you just want to enjoy video games because you don't want to be anxious.
I don't want
Yeah.
to learn anything new.
Exactly.
You know how it ends. You also
Yeah.
want to the levels, so you don't have to struggle. You just want to enjoy.
Yeah.
This strikes me as something, Guy, that you've probably taken the piss out of me for in the past, which is when you go to a restaurant and you order the same thing you ordered last time.
I know I do that all the time now.
So it's like I know this is good and I know what it's going to taste like and I've been picturing it.
Yeah.
And then it's like your comfort meal. And why change it?
Yeah.
That's the same as a comfort video game,
Yeah.
I think.
Every single time I get a curry, I'm like, ooh, now should I get this one that I can't pronounce, or should I get this one? And then maybe I'm going to get a medium butter chicken.
A
Yum.
medium,
Every
but
time.
Literally,
Yeah.
this is just the thing that's been happening on our show at the moment because we go for curry nights.
Oh no.
And Mike on our show will just literally, we'll all sit down, he'll just grab the menu and go, we should get one of these, 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 one of these. And it's all this, it's like lamb sagwala and prawn malabari and then like 4 with lentils in it, vegetarian ones. All like spicy Indian hot.
Ooh.
And then I'll be like, yo, hand up, can I please have a medium butter chicken?
Yeah.
And then everyone's eating mine and going, actually, it is really good, isn't it? It's like, yes, it is good. Why do you think I'm ordering it?
Oh my god, this is like our version of the Gavin and Stacey curry video with James
Boona,
Corden.
prawn boona.
Yeah. Have you been eyeing up my booners? They're my booners.
That is an icon. Have you ever?
I've not seen this.
Oh,
I don't understand the reference.
even gonna ask.
Don't worry, when I make this into a social video, I'll splice it together so we
Okay,
can.
cool.
How good's Gavin and Stacey, by the way?
So good.
Have you watched all of it?
I've honestly, I haven't watched all of it. I've watched a lot of it.
Yeah, it's what it is, Ellie, and I'm wasting my breath, but it's mainly for the listeners. It's a UK sitcom that came out probably 15 years ago.
Yeah.
When James Corden, it's what put James Corden on the map.
Oh, okay.
And he has since become quite unpopular with a lot of people. Still a funny guy.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a dick. But they wrote it and it's about this guy in England and this girl in Wales that fall in love. And it's just like a classic English rom-com.
Ah.
And it is absolutely brilliant. Like really funny.
Really good characters.
Really good characters. Really great writing. Smithy, who's played by Corden, is brilliant.
Okay.
It's a really nice sitcom that if you and your partner who like English comedy, you don't have a TV show to watch, I recommend going back and watching it. Really good.
I do love English comedy.
Yeah,
More
but
than
you're not going to
American.
watch it though. Is your comfort gaming sitting on the couch looking at reels?
Yeah, that's it. How'd you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although if you had to dip your toes into something, would it be Detroit?
I think in terms of comfort, it would be Stardew Valley.
It is comfy
Yeah,
game.
that
isn't
one
it?
would be the comfy, one that I know really well.
you
But I
think-
do love Detroit Become Human.
With Stardew Valley, do you think you'd ever start it again and just like
Yes, I think I would, but I'd need to have the mental capacity to go for it again because I never actually finished it either. I never actually
can
got.
you finish it?
Well, I think you can aim for perfection or something. I didn't really get anywhere near there, but I might start it again because I feel like I can't start that game where I'm at now because it's been too long. I'd probably start it again.
And I also find this, and this is probably a discussion for another day, or right now. Quite often, the most fun part of a video game is the first sort of 15% of it where you're setting yourself up and learning everything and just implementing everything.
Yeah.
Like Stardew Valley. I loved my first lot of crops and the first time I planted a tree and little things like that. And then, a week later, I've got heaps of trees and heaps of great crops and they're watering themselves. It's not as satisfying.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. It's that starting point. And
It is.
I often find myself starting a game again just to capture that starting point.
That's what I do with
with you.
Farming Simulator. I love the setup.
Yeah.
And then I'll harvest my crops a few times and then I'll go, Now what?
Yeah, exactly.
Do I just change my crops?
Yeah. And it's like The Sims.
I was about to say that.
When you're first doing you get your sim its first job and it teaches it its first skill, and that's really fun. But then once it's like a maxed out sim and you've got a sick house and you've rosebudded 1,000 times, not as fun.
I
And
agree.
then that's when you turn into a psycho.
And that's when you start murdering.
Yeah.
That is true.
Guy.
That is true. All right, should we jump into some gaming news?
What's your favourite curry, Ellie?
Oh, butter chicken.
It is butter chicken. Okay,
This thing, no judgment whatsoever.
3 butter chickens, man. Let's go.
Gaming news. Who would
Gaming
like to go
news.
first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
China tightens grip on rare earth exports, sparking fears of a new tech Cold War in 2025.
Jeepers, this is the dark one, so,
I'm going a little
elaborate.
political here. China has enforced a ban on the export of its rare minerals, which countries around the world, including the United States, rely on. This move is in response to Donald Trump imposing a 34% tariff on Chinese goods exported to the United States.
Awesome. So wait, what does this mean? If they're banning these minerals, why are you smirking?
Because
is this a joke?
does this sound familiar? Because if not, it's literally this. So that's true. What I just said is true.
Yeah.
It's the plot line of Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Oh, is it?
I haven't played it.
So it
Really?
came out in 2012, and it's in the future at the time, but it's set in 2025.
You're
so we're in
joking.
it, and a global economy is heavily dependent on rare earth minerals, which are essential for advanced technology and military hardware. China bans the export of these minerals, which creates massive geopolitical tension. And it's a war between the United States and China. So people have pointed out the fact that something that is literally happening now in 2025 was the plot for a war game in 2012.
We are living in a simulation.
So they all say that The Simpsons is really good at predicting the future.
Yeah.
But Call of Duty's done it.
Wow, that's
gosh.
It's crazy,
terrifying.
It is.
Hey, do you guys take a great joy in? I think we discussed this before, like being in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
We are in the middle of absolutely nowhere at the bottom of the Pacific.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
just don't have to worry about any of the scary stuff that's happening. We can just sit at home playing PlayStation.
We're
It's
very
a-
privileged.
it's
Being losers.
It's a thing here in New Zealand where if you're watching a TV show or a movie and there happens to be like a giant world map, so many times in these movies,
We're not even on there.
They don't put New Zealand
Yes.
on the map, and we get all pissed off about it, like, oh, New Zealand, don't forget about us. It's like, guys, let's just leave us off the map.
There's not anymore.
Yeah, we're good.
We're running a leaky cauldron setup where like you can only see it if you're a wizard, and if you're not, it's not there. So if you're planning on invade, you can't see New Zealand. It's not on the map.
Love it.
But if you're a nice person, you can see it.
Yeah, exactly. So wait, what does that mean? We can't get like PlayStations anymore.
No.
and stuff?
It just means we're in a war.
The actual story's got
okay.
nothing to do with it's not going to affect us in terms of gaming. Although
Okay.
the stuff that they're banning is all to do with minerals that are used in technology, but it's
Right.
just coincidental that Black
Right.
That
Ops
it's
2,
just-
the storyline, we're living it now. And it just so happens to be in the same year. Like if
That's
if the
weird.
game was
That
set
is
in
weird.
2032, it's like, oh, coincidence, but the very same year.
Yeah,
wild.
wow. So I'm gonna have to start practicing with like throwing knives and shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
sliding on your knees and,
And quick knifing. Is that
Yeah.
still a thing? I was quick knifing in Modern Warfare 2
just
back in
double
the day.
scoping.
Double scoping.
Is it double scope? What's it called? Quick scoping.
quick scoping?
I'm thinking of double pump shotgun from Fortnite.
I was thinking of double scooping like an ice cream, which I'm quite good at actually. My gaming news, classic ECG style. We record the podcast on a Wednesday, and then on a Thursday we release it. That same Thursday, the Switch, Nintendo did their big Switch 2
They
preview.
did.
Now, they probably announced that it was going to be happening, and we probably could have been aware of it.
We definitely didn't mention it, and I saw someone in the group last week say, "Watch you guys not mention this in the podcast this week," and
100%.
then I forgot to mention it.
That is very funny. Well, but we couldn't mention it last week because
Yeah, it hadn't quite happened, but the Nintendo Direct was happening, so there was stuff we could have pointed
so
to.
it was scheduled to
yeah,
happen.
I think so.
But also, once again, extremely casual gamers. We
Yes.
are so casual.
But
man.
also, if, at the time of recording, if we said, "Oh, it's coming out," and like we nothing about it, but by the time people are reading it, it was out.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
You know,
It
it's
is.
like it doesn't matter.
And
Yeah.
so, as someone who doesn't play a lot of Nintendo that isn't Game Boy from the late 90s, I wasn't super fizzed up for it. However, when I was on YouTube, I sat down to have my lunch. Was vegetable soup with 3 cheese rolls to dip in it.
Lovely. Thank you for the
Made
the
by my
visual.
mother-in-law, yeah.
Oh, cute.
We've got a bag of frozen cheese rolls in the freezer.
Oh, yum! Like from Dunedin or like
From
South-
Christchurch, where she
Oh.
made them, and then a whole lot of frozen pots of soup that she's made.
Oh, nice.
No,
You probably should explain what cheese rolls are for the
Oh,
North
yeah.
Islanders and anyone else not in the South Island.
It's a delicacy.
Anyone around the world. It's literally a piece of white bread. We call it white death.
Yeah.
Which is the worst bread you can get with no sustenance. White bread with like onion and cheese, and then you roll it up, and then you grill that, and it's like a cheesy. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
South Island
Yum.
sushi.
That's what
also
they
a
call
name
it.
for
South
yeah.
Island sushi roll. You dip that in the soup. Anyway,
So yum.
I sat down with my soup, put on YouTube, and the first thing I was served was a From Software trailer for a brand new game coming out. And I was like, what the F? I watched the trailer. It was 3 minutes long, and it was, and people have been waiting for this for a long time, Bloodborne, what I thought was Bloodborne 2. Right? Bloodborne has been, everyone wants it remastered. Everyone's saying it's one of the greatest games ever. They want a Bloodborne 2 and From Software. Like, no, we're not going to make it for you. We're going to do all this other shit instead. And so I was watching the trailer and I was like, oh my God, Bloodborne 2. However, after looking into it, it's for Nintendo Switch 2 only.
Oh.
So no one can play it on PC. You can't play it on PlayStation or Xbox, which sucks as a From Software lover. It was originally planned to be part of the Switch 1 ages ago, but it couldn't handle it. So they had to push it to Switch 2.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the whole time it's been in the works as a Switch game, but just because of technology limitations, it had to be Switch 2. And the other thing too, like really cool styling, like Gothic style, like the Bloodborne series and all the stuff that made me go, oh my God, Bloodborne. And then at the end, I watched a whole lot of interviews and it turns out it's not a traditional From Software game where you get a character, you level them up, you go through the world. It's really hard, but it's really satisfying. It's a PvPvE. So it's player versus environment, online multiplayer for 8 players.
Oh.
So it's not a traditional From Software game at all.
Wow.
It kind of looks like Bloodborne, and I'm sure it'll be cool for a certain type of player, but for anyone who loves Bloodborne and Dark Souls and Elden Ring that was like, shit, I have to get a Switch 2 now, maybe just wait, see what the reviews are like and see what the gameplay's like, because it isn't a traditional experience like what I was expecting.
Yeah, interesting.
So I was gutted because it's only on Switch, and then I saw the layout of the game that it's not, because I just like single player with the occasional getting invaded by other players and stuff. That's fine. But the fact that it's mostly multiplayer, I'm actually not gutted about it at all.
Yeah.
So I was gutted, I was stoked, and then I was gutted, and now I'm stoked again.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't care.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
Good.
It's been sort of received well by a lot of people and poorly by a lot of people who just want that classic single player experience.
Yeah.
But I think classic, watch for reviews, see what people say about it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see From Software do a game on
Nintendo.
On Nintendo, yeah.
And I think it's a real clutch move from Nintendo getting, because From Software is probably one of the hottest developers at the moment, and if they do an exclusive on your console on release day, that's like a huge get.
Yeah,
So well done
is.
to Nintendo. Hope it goes well. I hope people enjoy it. Whatever the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 is, though, if you want to play this game and you have to buy a Nintendo Switch 2, which will probably be like over $1,000 in New Zealand, I'm thinking.
I can tell you, because that's a bit of my
that's a
gaming
bit of your
news,
news.
actually.
Yeah, well, let's go into that.
All
And then
right.
think about that, putting all that money in just to play this one From Software game that isn't a traditional one.
Which is an online game, which I imagine you'd also need to have like a Nintendo Online sort of pass, kind of like a PlayStation
Is
Network
that, do they
thing as
have
well.
that?
Yeah.
A Nintendo
Yes,
Switch.
yes.
Yeah, okay. So it's a lot of money to sink into what isn't a traditional game. Over to you, Ellie.
All right, gaming news. Now, last week it was Nintendo Direct where they announced all their new Nintendo
Oh,
features
what?
and things. I know. Did you guys hear
Wow,
about that?
yeah, no, we should have talked about it.
I know. And of course, their biggest feature was the Nintendo Switch 2, which has a launch date of June the 5th. So that's a couple of months away. Is that your birthday?
Day after my birthday. Good memory, though.
I'm a good friend, thank you. Actually, no, I didn't get it.
I
Anyway.
completely forgot that was your birthday. And I've known you for a long time.
Last year, you made a joke about how someone's birthday was coming up, and it was mine in like a week, but you were actually referring to your own birthday, which was in August. And I was like, oh, I always remember my birthday. And then I was like, wait, what? You're talking about yourself?
And can I just say, mine's even before yours in August. So I'm August 3rd, right? You're
19th.
19th. Yeah, got him.
Yeah, well, we'll get there.
So
Ellie.
you're last.
Yeah,
in
I'm
this
last.
lineup, it's Guy, then me, then you, okay?
I need to focus on remembering Guy's birthday first, having known him for a long time. Yeah, but we'll get there.
All right, so the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out the day after Guy Mansell's birthday, which is June the 5th, 2025. Retail price, $449.99 USD, about $800 NZD at JB Hi-Fi. I saw this morning you can start pre-ordering now.
That's not too bad.
So it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it's still, it's still $800. However, pre-orders are delayed in the US and Canada because, I guess, the old tariffs, because a lot of the Switches are being made in Vietnam, and so the tariffs on Vietnam are so high that the Nintendo have basically delayed the pre-ordering for US and Canada.
Yep.
The launch date hasn't changed for them yet, but the pre-ordering has because of these tariffs. They're trying to wait and see what happens with them. They're trying to pledge that they won't affect the consumer no matter what. But again, they can't really promise
But
that
they
yet.
can't.
They can't control that.
No,
Exactly.
far out. That sucks, right? Because
It does.
I have never heard the word tariff so much in my life.
Neither.
Yeah.
I might have heard it like 5 times max in my entire life, and now I've heard it about 1,000 times.
I know. It's everywhere.
It triggers me a wee bit, that word, for some reason.
Same.
Jeez.
I know.
That
so
sucks though, doesn't it?
It does suck. But the main things is that it's got a larger 8-inch LCD screen. It was a 6.2-inch screen, the last one. They've got the new Joy-Con controllers, which we've spoken about before, which kind of, instead of sliding in, they kind of magnetize in, click in, 4K resolution support, 60 frames per second.
That's great.
Yeah, enhanced processing power, which you'd expect.
That's what it needed, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Backwards compatibility with most physical and digital Switch games, so that's good. They've got upgraded editions of The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, so frame rates and resolution have improved. They've got Mario Kart World, which is a new game that'll be launched with it. Yeah, so that's in June. June 5th is when you can get your hands on it, but you can pre-order them now.
Are you
in
guys,
New Zealand?
In New Zealand. Are you guys interested in getting one?
No.
No, because I only just got my Nintendo Switch not that long ago, which, I use every day, am I right? So no, I probably won't. You won't?
No, so we've got 2 of them, and my wife only just picked up and started charging and playing hers 2 days ago for like the first time in well over a year. She just randomly started playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. And
Relatable.
she's loving it. She's playing that at the moment, but that's enough.
Yeah.
We don't need the number 2.
Yeah. Would you say I've played that Switch more than she has? Because I borrowed it.
No. You would have played it more in the last 12 months, but me and her played it religiously, both of us, every single day during lockdown because we were obsessed with Animal Crossing. We've thrown hundreds of hours into that game.
Yeah, nice.
That was the end of 2023. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, was it 2020?
No, it was 2023. I remember it was my honeymoon trip.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like November, December. Far out,
Was
that was a long
still
time
going
ago.
on in 2023?
No, he's talking about his honeymoon, not lockdown. Lockdown was in 2020.
What? I was like, what are you talking about? There's a lockdown in 2023 with a
My
bloody
honeymoon,
outside.
and you went to lockdown because your relationship is like a lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always in lockdown.
Because you're always isolating.
Oh, exactly.
Your
There's no
emotions.
joy and you can't leave.
Anyway, hey, and more gaming news, guys. More breaking gaming news.
Oh.
Ellie Harwood has played a game over the last week. Well, she's touched the controller for a few minutes. No, I played a little bit longer than that. But guys, do you reckon you'll guess? No, you won't guess.
Well, you don't want to have a crack at us guessing it.
Okay, what do you think I've played? I'll give you a clue. It was with Sam. Not that it's necessarily a 2-player game, but we were taking turns.
Okay,
Not
so a single player
fiction.
game that you were...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can be 2-player though, I think.
Had you played it before?
No, I actually hadn't played it before.
Had he played it before?
Yes, and it's something that I think you won't be that surprised by, but maybe surprised I hadn't ever really properly played it before.
Gran Turismo 7.
Nice. Yeah, it was Gran Turismo. Nice.
Oh,
Good
wow.
guess. Yeah. So I've played that for the first time the other day with Sam. We were taking turns trying to do all the light, you know how you can get your super light?
Licenses,
Yeah. So
and
we were
then-
doing all the tracks trying to get the moves and stuff.
And then you got to do the little cups to earn money and
Yeah,
cars.
so I haven't done any races or anything like that, but we were doing, I just turned it on. No,
I chose the colours of the cars.
no, we were doing little test things, and I will say that I picked up on those physics quite quickly. I was quite proud of myself because obviously the first few minutes you're like, oh, this is a heavy car, and all the cars change as well, so you got to get used to all the different physics. But I did all right, and I was helping Sam get his little silver and gold badges or whatever they're
for
called.
like braking in the right position and
Exactly.
going around the
Some of
corner
those are
fast enough.
so hard.
Yeah, they are. They are. It was such a good challenge. It was actually, I got quite addicted to it in the
I
moment.
think, actually, are we friends on PlayStation?
I think so.
I remember when it came out, Guy did a whole lot of the license things. And if you go to your friends, if you play it again and have a look at the licenses and you go to your friends, it can tell you what they got on those exact same tests.
Oh, good to know.
And I remember guys were all really bad. They were all, they were like bronze barely on every single one of them.
Some of them, I think, when I played it the first time, I was just like, pass. But then I picked it up again, start of last year or something like that, and I was like, no, this isn't good enough. So I was going for golds.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's because that's how my brain works. It's like, no, I need to nail that.
Yeah, that's what Sam and I were doing. We were working together to get the golds. It was really fun, and I didn't really realize how I know about Gran Turismo. It's been in my life my whole life, but I've never really known much about how realistic it actually is in terms of like real life physics.
That's
and
their whole thing.
Yeah, I actually I'm gutted I've never played this before because I love car racing games, and I actually found it really fun. And I didn't know that there's like the museum thingy. Have you seen the museum?
In the game, yeah.
It's sick. It's like learning stuff. It's very educational.
So what is it? So talk us through the museum.
So in the game, there's like little museum things, segments, where it has history about like automotive history and facts and brands and like what they are. And I was fascinated.
Very lovely music for Gran Turismo 7. It always has been.
Very well designed game, and the layout of it's really cool and slick. The only issue is with Gran Turismo 7, as we've touched on, is the multiplayer sucks.
Yeah.
That's right. You said that a few weeks ago, eh?
You have to
we didn't
unlock
try
it. So you have to get to level 9 of doing races to unlock it. And then once you've got it, there's like a few cars. You can't even race against AI opposition.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It sucks. But the game itself and the racing, incredible. Everything looks amazing.
Yeah.
And it's a really brilliant looking game.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it, and I'm surprised I haven't really had my hands on that earlier because I used to love Formula 1 2001 back in the day, and I love my Trackmania, of course. But no, I think I'll be playing that again with Sam. It's quite fun, and just taking turns is really fun as well because I get really competitive with them because I want to beat them.
Do you know what's a good? I picked it up again last year when I got the PlayStation Portal.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually a really fun game to play on there. If you want to have a little hone, if you want to play something in bed, I'll lend you my Portal.
Oh, thanks.
You know she's not going to.
Yeah, true.
I'll get lost in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my other gaming breaking news.
Well done.
I have gamed this week.
Good work, Ellie. Everyone's going to be super stoked and proud.
Do you know who hasn't gamed this week?
You.
And Chris.
I haven't.
Both of you.
We haven't gamed together in a long time.
Come on, guys.
We have not gamed together.
Now, so how this works is you've got Guy and I who live nearby one another, and most nights, back when we were playing it a lot, we're free.
Yeah.
Nate, who lives down in Christchurch, who's free most nights as well, which is great. Pugs, my producer at work, who was free most nights as well. What's happening now, though, is I have started being a lot busier and a lot more tired, I've noticed. Like, I get to the evening and I sit down on the couch and all I want to do is put Grand Designs on and have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Grand Designs is great.
Relatable.
I met the host.
Kevin McLeod.
Yeah, I met him.
Oh, nice.
He's a great guy.
Genuinely starstruck as well.
Yeah,
because I
he's
wasn't
the man.
expecting to meet him. I popped into work and he was there. I was like, holy shit.
He's a really cool guy.
Got a photo with him and everything?
Yeah, see, that's cool. And so, like, honestly, it'll get to 8:30 at night and we'll have had dinner, I've done the dishes, and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, I don't even want to turn on the PlayStation.
Thank you. You understand my dilemma now, Chris.
No. Ellie, how dare you? Definitely is not the same. And so I don't know whether I'm getting older, just turning into an old man overnight, or maybe my brain's reaching its capacity in terms of the amount of thinking. Because
you're very busy.
I'm not that busy though. I think what I do involves a lot of my brain being onto it.
Yes, it does.
And so now when I get home at night, I'm like an idiot. And to play Helldivers and shit, you do have to be sharp. You have to be good at shooting and blah, 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 blah. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't been on. Pugs has got a girlfriend now. He's loved up.
Yeah.
And they're a great couple. However, he lives, and it's classic, like when you first get together with someone, she lives at one house, he lives in another. So every night you're finding reasons to meet up, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like he's busy as, we might have to find a fifth person.
Oh.
Like it's just so that if I'm unavailable or Guy, you're unavailable or Pugs can't jump on a Nate, we can find a fifth person.
Like a reserve driver.
Yeah.
Reserve player.
Or
Yeah.
no, just part of the full team.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at any moment, any four of us are available.
But what
Gotcha.
happens if one of us puts up in the group chat being like, hey, who's on tonight? And all five of us are free.
We can't even get that going with four.
Yeah, true.
If that happens.
Because we kind of have a thing whereas if three of us are in but one of us isn't, then none of us is in. We always just play as four. And that's happened a few times.
Yeah. I like, and Nate's also bought Split Fiction, and his partner doesn't want to play it, and my partner doesn't want to play it either. So we're going to start playing it together. And now I'm like, oh my God, now I have to play this. I have to, not have to, and I really want to. Mm-hmm. So I've had to schedule it in. I text him. I was like, Friday during the day, is that because he works from home one day or something. What time's George's nap time? 11 till 12:30 or something. I was like, cool, I'll put that in my calendar.
Wow, cool.
And so I've like scheduled in a game of Split Fiction. So yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do about it. A fifth person, what do you think?
I mean, I'm open to it. We'll have to start hosting trials, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to have anyone in the group.
No.
Why'd you look at Ellie when you said
why'd you?
We don't want any nobody in
We may as well add nobody to our group because Ellie doesn't even turn the PlayStation on. Actually, Sam.
Yeah.
Does he know anyone? Oh, what? Does he play Helldivers?
He did for a while when it came
did,
out.
yeah.
He's got the game.
It could be an option.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, you guys discuss amongst yourself behind my back, and then you let me know if you want me to talk to Sam.
Well, that does mean, though, when you guys do eventually break up, we'll have to pick a side.
Yeah.
True. Fair if you want to take him. That's
Do we
fine.
pick the person that we work with every single week, or do we pick the guy that's never on the squad and as a backup?
Hard.
God, can we pick neither?
Can we put Sam in the podcast?
So I think, we'll try to find a fifth person.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
could be Sam.
Oh,
It is a very common thing, though. What we're
Yeah.
talking about is not like, oh, that's a weird scenario. It just happens. It's not even just as you get older. It's just people get busy.
It is.
Oh, it's the being tired thing. Like, it's really weird. I just don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, amen, bro. I see once again
Ellie,
you're with me.
no.
It
He's
is
with
not
me.
the same thing.
No, you finish at lunchtime, right? I'm talking about...
You come home and all you just pat your dog on the head and have a nap.
Then it's hard work, man. It really is.
You actually should be well refreshed at nighttime to play
100%
video games.
ready to go.
You've got zero excuses. You can start playing games from like 6.
Gotta
Go to
be-
bed at 8.
Nah, got to be in bed before that.
How's your dog?
Really good. I
Oh,
love
that's
her
good.
so much.
Oh, that's great.
I really do.
All right, time for my other segment. This segment is...
That's enough about you.
No, have you got any hilarious dog anecdotes?
Nah, I can't think of anything right now. To be
That's
honest,
all right.
sorry.
Think about it.
I will.
She won't. All right, so my topic for today's one is a gaming dinner party. You're inviting 3 video
Yes.
game characters over to your house for a dinner party. They are each bringing a meal and a drink pairing.
Yes.
First of all, I will start with my first suggestion of who I would like to bring over.
Lovely.
I would like to, and it's like a massive obvious cop out, but I would like to bring over Mario.
Oh yeah.
The reason being, I want some of that authentic Italian food.
Fair enough.
I want him to bring bruschetta for the entree, which is the crispy bread with heirloom tomatoes on it, bit of olive oil,
Lovely.
Oh,
bit of basil, maybe.
Some
Maybe
fresh mozzarella.
stracciatella, or mozzarella, that really soft, and you just,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's so delicious.
Yeah.
So Mario's going to make that. He's also going to make a main, which is going to be a style of hand-rolled, handmade pasta, not out of the packet, out of the pantry. Handmade, like a cacio e pepe,
Yum.
which is like a peppercorn-based one, and then for dessert, a traditional tiramisu.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's what
yes.
Mario's bringing, and also a nice Chianti, which is a throwback to Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Lima beans
And
and,
some Chianti.
and a nice Chianti, which is an Italian wine. I just want him to come and knock my socks off with his food choices. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. What about you guys? You got a character suggestion you'd like to come around for dinner?
I do. So I've gone 3 people, and they're going to bring an entree, a dinner, and a main. A
Oh,
main
you-
and a dessert.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, 3 people.
So 9?
So
Wow.
no, just 3.
Just 3, okay.
Just 3.
Oh, I see.
So who's on
Gotcha.
entree?
So entree is Lara Croft.
Ah, yes, tampons. No.
That is a throwback to months ago.
Sorry, that's such an old reference.
So how does your brain work? It just
Sorry.
hears the
Yeah.
name Lara
It
Croft.
does.
Don't even talk about what it was. So for those people that haven't heard it, they're like, what the hell are they talking about? Why did she say tampons
Sorry.
straight away?
Continue.
Lara Croft is going to bring a spiced lamb with a curry dipping sauce.
Oh, yeah?
So she's bringing that because she's well traveled.
Spiced lamb, like kofters.
So like a spiced lamb, like skewer, and then like it's so like on little wooden skewers.
Oh, yeah.
and then a dipping sauce.
Yeah.
And are those
lovely.
kofta meatballs, or are they pieces of lamb?
Dealer's choice. You know, whatever you're imagining.
I'm picturing koftas,
Okay.
meatballs.
Yeah, let's go. So let's go spiced lamb koftas with a curry dipping sauce.
That
because
sounds
she's
delicious.
She's well traveled, so she's probably like
Curry,
wild-
lamb and curry.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's the thing.
No, totally. It's just an
Oh,
interesting.
He's really picking apart.
No,
my
no.
deal.
This is what it's all about, man.
Yeah. But she's like so well traveled in her
Yeah.
archaeology, so she's probably got like these really old spices that she found in a temple.
2,000-year-old spices
Yeah.
that are rotten.
Yeah, that just really have a good kick to them.
And a mummified lamb, which
Yeah.
you dug up.
And a red wine from she no doubt has a wine cellar.
Like over 100-year-old wine.
100-year-old wine
with-
that
yeah.
she probably just uses for target practice.
Exactly.
Just shoot
Yeah.
with her guns.
That's a really good. I should have thought about Lara Croft.
yeah. So
actually.
Lara Croft is going to be doing the entree.
What
That
about
is
you, Ellie?
Very nice. My first guest is going to be Crash Bandicoot. And of course, he's not very good at the cooking. So it's just going to be a Wumpa fruit salad, which is pretty much just
Yum.
Wumpa fruit chopped up, peeled, a bit of bloody
He's gonna peel
juice
them?
on it. Yeah, he might peel them. That's as far as he'll go. And then to go alongside the salad, it'll be a freshly squeezed Wumpa juice.
Yeah.
So just a whole lot of Wumpa stuff. You
Wumpa
know?
shit. Okay, so my wife made a salad the other day, which was like spinach, wee bits of traditional mozzarella torn up and put throughout it.
Oh, yeah.
And a few other little things, and little slices of peach, like actual
Oh,
peach,
yum.
which she had fried up and charred a bit.
Very good.
God, it was delicious.
Yum.
And cherry tomatoes. So I'm picturing a salad like that with bits of wampa
That's it.
throughout it.
That's it,
Almost
Chris.
like a caramelized one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so yum.
That's
yeah.
it.
Well, there you
Nice.
go.
There it is.
The next person who this was actually a bit of a teamwork scenario. I was in at Radio Hodaki where I work, and I was sitting on the middle table there. You know the table.
I know the table. I walked past it today, actually, and
Yeah.
Pugs was leaning on it, and he said,
Yeah.
"Hello, Ellie. Love
Yeah.
the podcast."
Yeah,
True story.
He does love the podcast, actually. And we had a bit of a brainstorm, and it was actually Pugs who suggested you have Link from Zelda,
Yeah.
right, from Breath of the Wild. Link's the main character, and all around the map are these little frying pans over fires, and depending on any ingredients you have on you, you can put them in there, and it will make some
You
sort
can
of
make
dish.
a lot of food in
The
Zelda.
possibilities are like endless, and they have thought of everything. Like if you put a bit of meat with some fruit, and then it'll be like meat with fruit glaze, or like the amount of meals they have made
Yum.
from all these ridiculous ingredients. So he brings his pot and literally goes, "What do you guys want to make?"
Mean.
And it takes him 5 seconds to make it. You go, you give him this, you give him that, you give him this, you give him that. And like, good luck making a meal out of that. He goes, "All right, watch me." Puts it in the pot, it dances around, plays a little song, and then boom, you've got a meal.
Nice.
And so I like him to do the main and literally dealer's choice. Well, not dealer's choice, anyone's choice,
Yeah.
what you want Link to make.
Yeah, cool.
And for drink, Coke Zero.
Okay.
I like Coke Zero.
Yeah, yum.
So for my main, I've got Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. He's going to bring grilled alligator meat.
Gross.
Oh,
I
okay.
just want to try it.
Right,
You know?
okay, no,
You know?
all due.
And with Red Dead as well, you can just grill meat, but also if you've picked herbs, you can add that as well, and it changes up the dynamic. So,
Right, okay.
So maybe oregano. You know,
Lovely.
I love oregano, actually.
Yeah. Oregano and alligator grilled
Okay.
meat by Arthur Morgan. Right?
Oregano, just a quick side here on oregano. If you make a homemade pizza,
Yeah.
put some oregano on it. Like sprinkle oregano on it, because it is like one of those herbs that really unlocks a pizza's
I
flavor.
put it in the base because we make bases.
Or in the base,
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Smart.
make bases.
Oregano
and,
rules.
Throw some oregano or thyme in there. And we're going to drink some aged pirate rum.
Okay.
So in Red Dead, you can find bottles of alcohol, and alcohol is when you drink it, it like makes you a little bit slurry, but it also increases your dead eye. And then there are these bottles of aged pirate rum that you find around the map, and you drink it. It does the same effect, but it also increases your stats. Like it's like a rare candy in
It
in
permanently
Pokemon.
increases
Yeah.
your stats. Oh, wow.
So when you find one, you're like, oh, snap. So we'll be drinking this, getting a little bit tipsy, and then we'll level up as well.
I
Lovely.
think I found quite a few of those and never drank them because I assumed they were just like regular rums.
Yeah. No,
Damn, that's
I think
stupid.
I think it like increases your stamina or dead eye by like 10% or something.
Oh, wow.
like,
That's
permanently. Yeah.
good to know.
All right, my next character here is Dr. Hakim from It Takes Two, the Book of Love. Now, he would bring along...
book?
Yeah, a book, no. He would bring some ravioli pasta type dish, like a pasta dish, shaped in hearts, you know, because he loves love.
Isn't he Mexican?
Well, this is the thing. I did a bit of a research here, and I think he's actually potentially Middle Eastern or Arabic.
Oh.
I did, so I haven't actually gone with the dish from where he's from. I've gone more with his vibe, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
I've gone more with the vibe. He loves love. So just a warm red pasta shaped with hearts. And for the drink, he'd have a love potion cocktail of some sort. So he'd get the whole table just to fall in love with each other.
What about
You know?
oysters? Would he bring oysters?
Bit of an aphrodisiac.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a better idea. I should have said
No,
that.
no, it's not a better idea. It's just another idea.
Yeah, no, he'd bring that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a whole lot of aphrodisiac
It's
stuff.
just interesting that
Yes.
in this scenario, Ellie decided to invite the person that fixes relationships.
Yeah, it really is telling, isn't it?
Yeah.
And who was your first person?
It was Crash Bandicoot,
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
Obviously.
obviously.
And a guy with a whole lot of aphrodisiacs and love potions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shaped
yeah.
like a book.
Yeah. What
Are
a
you
saucy
trying
night.
to get it on with Crash Bandicoot?
You'll wait till you hear my next guess.
Jesus. All right, my final guest is. Sorry, my torch was on my phone. God, I'm a boomer.
Classic.
My final guest is purely because I think he could grill some amazing meat.
Yeah.
Kratos.
Oh, yeah.
I want Kratos to come along. He will have a giant piece of steak from some crazy mythological beast.
Centaur's leg.
Well, not a centaur because I don't like the fact that it's part human.
Yeah, that's
just like a really
cannibalism.
big boar or something, or like a big mythical cow or something. And he's got a big piece of steak and he brings it over, he slams it down on the table. He's like prepping it using his Leviathan axe and he's salting it, lighting a big fire. And also, so he's done that. We've got a big steak going, maybe a pork belly,
Oh, yeah.
maybe a He's cooking it on the blades of chaos.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
You know what I mean? Or he heats them up and then he uses it to sear the meat or something. Something like that.
He doesn't
Cool.
strike me as a seasonings kind of guy.
You don't reckon?
Kratos? No, he strikes me as I eat for sustenance, I eat for fuel, like food is food.
Yeah.
So I think he would cook meats by the fire, but that man does not know salt.
I think I would invite him round and I'd be like, look, Kratos, like I like you first of all.
Yeah.
And I'm really stoked that you're here at my house.
Do you want
I'm
Dr.
gonna blow your mind
Hakeem
here
to
now.
No, I'm not
come
going
on
to
over?
ban Kratos, Ellie.
I'm going to say one word to you, Kratos. Oregano.
100%. Look, man, I love what you're doing, but just try some of this. Hopefully he's like, wow, Chris, that's amazing. It's like the best thing I've ever tasted. Why is he English?
Why is he Jason Statham?
He's in a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah.
And then we become really close friends.
Lovely.
And he also brings around a giant barrel of beer.
Yeah.
A giant barrel of
Meat.
beer. Yeah. And it's over his shoulder, and the other shoulder's got the big bit of meat, and he's like, let's do this.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
My dessert is Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
Yeah,
what do you reckon?
He's gonna bring a Wampa fruit pie
Lovely.
With
with a
like
Wampa
a
fruit
crumble.
juice. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yum.
Fruit juice.
yeah, Wampa fruit juice.
Yum.
And
So,
you know,
What?
you're not allowed that until dessert, the juice.
right. So it's
So
dessert juice.
you're gonna be really. So you're gonna be. We've had wine, aged pirate rum. We're gonna be absolutely toasted.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have pie. We have a real dry mouth because it's gonna be like quite a sweet pastry. And then just gulp down some Wampa juice.
Yum.
Can I say something about desserts that might ruffle a few feathers?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I think the best desserts in the world are literally just a crumble or a fruit pie.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like an apple crumble or an apple fruit pie or a peach cobbler or whatever the hell people call it.
Yeah, yum.
And so when people are making like these wacky, like, oh, here I made this wacky thing that I can't think of right now.
I made
it's
a
like,
chocolate gâteau with a cherry glaze.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
That
No.
sounds good, actually.
Yeah, that point I was trying to make, forget about it. That sounds
actually,
really good.
I just don't think there's enough crumbles and fruit pies in the world. In my world, anyway.
I know what you mean, because I also would just love like a chocolate self-saucing pudding. Like I don't want anything fancy like what you just mentioned, Guy. Just something that's just sugary and just yummy and
Self-saucing rules, man.
Oh,
we
it's so
made
yum.
we made peach slice the other day. So it's like a sponge with
like a
peaches in it.
short.
Oh, yum.
Was it a sponge or was it like a
Sponge.
short?
No, it's like a sponge.
It
right?
was.
Oh,
So
yum.
delicious.
Oh,
you
the
have
texture.
that, and then you just have that with a little dollop of Greek yogurt on top.
Oh, that texture would be so good.
Fucking delicious.
Yeah, we got
feel
to
it.
swear that. 40 minutes and 30 seconds.
I had to let it slip as I talk about peach slice.
It must have been really good.
It was really good.
Actually, well, I went to a on Friday. It was my wife's birthday, and so we went out to this really nice restaurant.
Lovely.
And it was one of those ones where you pay $100 per head,
Lone
which is
Star?
a lot. I wish it was the Lone Star. And they bring out 9 courses,
Oh yeah,
little courses,
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's starving. Right, we get the late booking 7:45, and she's already hungry.
Oh, yeah.
The food doesn't come out for 45 minutes, so 8:30.
Oh, no.
It took them half an hour to bring us my wine, which they pretentiously explained to me, and I was like, "Cool, I don't know what you're talking about."
Oh,
And when the first serving came out, and it was a small cup of duck broth.
Yum.
wait, just liquid.
Just
so you
liquid.
just drink it.
It was
But it's a
it was
meal.
yum.
Yeah, yum. Yeah, broth. I get it.
Like
but
a
also,
small cup of duck broth.
but
My-
that's the thing that they bring you when your starter's ready, like getting ready. They're like, hey, your starter's almost here, but just to tie you over, here's a duck broth. No, this was the starter.
this was the starter.
Right.
I mean, like it was one of 9 or 8 or whatever it was.
But you waited 45 minutes before you got just
for a
that.
small cup of duck liquid, and my missus, she was so rope. Like it was delicious. Like, yeah, that was yummy. Now where's the rest of it?
Yeah. Give me the rest of the duck.
Yeah, but they out of like we had all this fancy stuff, and like they were explaining that this particular venison was from the hindquarters of the North American elk,
Oh,
the hind legs.
okay,
I
right.
was like, cool. I don't need to know that. Whatever. We get all the way, and literally the best one out of all of it was the chocolate mousse at the end.
oh, yeah, yum.
You know, chocolate mousse is good.
Yeah, yum.
Was the
yum.
point of that?
So was it like 11 p.m. when you finished?
100%.
Oh,
It was a
no.
late. Like it's lovely. You're at a nice restaurant. You're having wines, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
how was your day?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably can't relate to this, Ellie, because you guys don't do this. Sort
No,
of
we don't
stuff.
go on dates.
You guys just order Uber Eats
Yeah, we-
separately and eat in different rooms.
But literally, by the end of it, I was gassed. Like I was so tired by the end
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
She was as well. We were just like, oh my god. But yes, it was nice.
Nice, first world problem. Well, my third guest. I know you've
Oh,
been. I know
yeah,
you've been
yeah.
waiting all podcasts for my third guest for my dinner. It's going to have to be from Formula One 2023.
No, it's not.
Daniel Ricciardo.
No, there's not allowed.
And I've written here, doesn't need no dish. He is the full meal.
No,
Yeah.
that is not allowed.
No, and then his drink is a shoey. I mean, he's famous for shoeies.
Yeah. Also,
So-
he's famous for having his own wine brand. He could have brought that.
It's a really good point.
He literally has a wine brand.
Does he?
Yeah.
He does. He just released it recently as well.
He's got a rosé.
Oh.
So
So that's...
No, you're going to make him drink out of a shoe.
Yeah, I am. He's famous, by the way, for doing that on Formula One podiums. When he's on there, he'll do a shoey. It's his thing. So he'll do a shoey. And then the Book of Love will get us all warmed up.
And Crash Bandicoot's in the corner like, why am I here? And just starts spinning.
just freeze it. So you're gonna bang Daniel Ricciardo.
Maybe. I mean, maybe that's what I was building up to. I don't know.
Yeah. And what's Sam doing? Is he in the cuck chair?
No, he's making all the... He's assisting us in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's bringing us our waters and stuff,
He comes out and you just balls deep.
Come on, God.
Oh, what have I done? All right. Well, let us know who's coming to your dinner and what dishes they're bringing, what characters you're bringing in the ECG for ECG Facebook group.
Yeah, I did say we'd then make meals for them, but I can't be bothered.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Fish pie. I make a
Pizza.
smoked fish pie.
Gross.
Oh, God.
That's disgusting.
I make a delicious
No, you
smoked
don't.
fish pie.
There's no
Yes, I
such
do.
thing as a delicious fish pie.
Yes, there is.
I don't really like fish pie.
Oh my God, you uncultured swine.
No, you can't
Uncultured.
throw that out. Fish pie is disgusting.
No,
Okay,
it's not. It's
yes or
delicious.
no, fish pie?
You're Captain DuckBroth. You can't say
I'm not
anything.
Captain DuckBroth. No, I am Captain DuckBroth.
You are.
From now
you
on.
Are. Yeah. What are you guys playing this week? If
Ooh.
anything. Or are you too busy?
I'm really excited about what I'm playing this week. I
yes.
got this. Now, you can't see it because unless you're watching on YouTube, I've got a gaming laptop. This is the Lenovo Legion 5. I was gifted it thanks to the people at Spark.
Nice.
And I've never had a gaming laptop, and I could get into the weeds about what it is, but it is very fast, and it's got cool. It's got these jets in it that make it nice and cool.
What are you going to play on it?
I'm playing at the moment Red Alert 2.
Oh, classic.
So Command and Conquer, it's I bought the bundle, which has got like 17 of the Command and Conquer games in it because these games are so small. I was playing this game when I was like 10, if that.
Is it fun?
It's
awesome.
so much fun.
Is it like Age of Empires, top down?
Yeah, it's a
cool.
real-time strategy game.
That's
It's
right.
a war game, and you play as the Soviets, you can play as the Allies, and it's got a really cheesy storyline, but I loved playing this game with my brother years ago, and at the time we were playing on the big bulky PC. So I'm playing a game that I loved on a computer that I wish was as fast as, when I was back at 8 years old. So it's just
Cool.
man, just so nostalgic.
So Spark has hooked you up with an insane laptop and you're playing like a 25-year-old game.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, once I finish these games, maybe I'll get Fortnite.
Probably.
Maybe I'll play Oregon Trail and Zombinis. Who knows?
Did you see that Sabrina Carpenter is the next Fortnite
She is.
character coming in?
Yep, she got a little.
Yeah.
She got a skin that you can buy, and I think she's doing a concert as well.
Yeah.
You can
Really
buy
cool.
her skin.
Yeah.
Yum, yum, yum. Salty.
Yes, I can wear her skin.
Finally. I'm playing the Elden Ring DLC. It's really great.
Oh, yeah. Where are you at? Are you enjoying it? Is
I'm
it
loving
hard?
it. It was hard until I figured out how it works and these things you collect to make yourself stronger. And now that I'm doing it, I'm like, yeah, this is just more of the same awesomeness.
Right, so you're just really good,
It's
clearly.
just great,
Because
yeah.
everyone had issues playing and needed help, didn't they?
They did because my style of gaming. So basically, the way it works is you get put down in this new area and you can straight away make your way up to where the first boss is.
Yeah.
My OCD style of gaming, well, I shouldn't say OCD, it's not OCD, but my completionist
Yeah, trying out
mindset,
the loose ends, yeah.
I'm like, until I go up there, I'm going to do this whole area, just explore it all, make sure there's nothing major there. By doing that, I found all these things that basically are littered throughout the world that increases your attack and damage by 5%.
Oh, cool.
Right.
So the people that struggled with it was because they just
Straight to the
mainlined it.
storyline. Yeah.
And it's trying to teach you to no, go back and find these things. And now, so when I went and fought the boss, it was like the same difficulty as one of the bosses in the regular game.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
nice work.
it's just, if you are having trouble with it, you just need to explore and find
I did that
all
with
those
my
things.
second playthrough on Ghost of Tsushima because the first
right.
time mainlined it, second time I would barely touch the main storyline.
Yeah,
and
just sweeping.
I just did as much as I could throughout the islands, and
Yeah.
then when I was doing a storyline, I was like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah, it's great. So and I am loving it. It's more of just the same game, just more.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Absolutely brilliant. Loving it.
Cool.
What about you, Ellie?
I'll probably jump into some more Gran Turismo now that I'm like currently obsessed with that game. I'll let you know if I do end up playing it next week.
Oh, man.
You know, I'm
Please let us
I'm
know.
just happy that we've asked this question. You haven't gone, look, okay,
look.
yeah, look.
And also, your job finishes this Friday.
It does.
No more excuses.
That is fair. I will have more time. I won't be as tired at night. That's
Yeah.
true. I actually would love to do more gaming. So I pledge that I will. The end.
So much effort behind that pledge.
Don't pledge stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you are the worst pledger ever. You're not allowed to.
I know I'm losing all my credibility because I never actually follow through with my promises, do I?
You don't.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, on that note, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week, and there'll be a DLC out on Monday as per.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.